Travis Wayne Goodsell. I just wanted to let you guys know about something very brand new I saw. It's called the Joseph Smith Papers online, josephsmithpapers.org. And it says the authoritative source. I wonder what that means. For the writings, teachings, and records of Joseph Smith. They still haven't changed it, despite my having done the videos emphasizing this for you. And so, what's in here? I'm sure it confirms that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is true, right? Well, no. I'm shocked that the church actually puts this out. Because as it's very clear, Mormons don't want me to be free to worship how, where, or what I may, which is Joseph Smith. And it's clear that the church doesn't actually mean what they say, as is evidenced by the attacks I get, and the death threats, and the assassination attempts, and yeah, it's all a bunch of lies. And so I'm surprised that they would actually have this out for people to add to their study and confirm that the church is false. Because one of the first things you'll recognize as going through this is that Willard Richards was the one who wrote over Joseph Smith's words, the authoritative source for all his writings, teachings, and records, to put in Jesus Christ. And so, obviously, Joseph Smith is wrong. And yet, you're not catching on. The authoritative source, Joseph Smith, is right, which means this church is wrong. And so, yeah, I am surprised that the church would put this out. And unfortunately, the search engine doesn't really work, because I can put in 1830 Book of Mormon. Buffer, 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 buff, buff, buff. And so here we have Introduction to Revelations and Translations, Volume 5, Preface to Book of Mormon. No, I just want the Book of Mormon from 1830. They're not giving me the document. They have all these other things. Title page. Testimony of witnesses, which you can tell is not part of the original document. And then there's 10 more sections, rather than having Book of Mormon 1830 edition. Nope. And so what you are forced to do instead is do a Google search for it. 1830 Book of Mormon, Momron, Joseph Smith Papers. And then here we go. Page 0. Book of Mormon, 1830. And view entire transcript. On your sons and daughters. Alright. Oh, wow. They have... Wow. Oh. Yeah. Wait a minute. This is interesting. See? Bombshells, guys. Ex-Mormons, are you listening? Bombshells. You want new creative videos? Joseph Smith Papers. Bombshells. To the reader, from the author. The author? Huh. Yeah, it has the printed by E.B. Grandin for the author. And then to the reader. As many false reports have been circulated respecting the following work. That sounds very familiar, like the Joseph Smith history of 1838. And also many unlawful measures taken by evil designing persons to destroy me. And also the work. Amazing how it's very similar in wording. I would inform you that I translated by the gift and power of God and caused to be written 116 pages, the which which I took from the book of Lehi, which was an account abridged from the plates of Lehi by the hand of Mormon, which said account some person or persons have stolen and kept from me. Oh, yes, Martin Harris, begging. They prayed. We're told no. Yeah, he says, stolen. Notwithstanding my utmost exertions to recover it again, and being commanded of the Lord that I should not translate the same over again. This was not my intention to do this video. I was just, guaranteed bombshells. You're not catching on, ex-Mormons. For Satan had put it into their hearts to tempt the Lord their God by altering the words, putting Jesus in there, that they did read contrary from that which I translated and caused to be written. And if I should bring forth the same words again, or in other words, this is in the 1830 version here that they have, and I should have also in my files, because we do need to restore Joseph's stuff, because this church has made a complete and utter sham and mockery of it. I said it hard, they read contrary when I translated and rewritten, and again, in other words, if I should translate it again and publish that which had what they had stolen, Satan would stir up their hearts of this generation that they might not receive this work. But behold, the Lord said unto me, your dad's gonna fix your mess, Joseph. I will not suffer that Satan shall accomplish his evil design in this thing. Therefore, thou shalt translate the plates of Nephi until ye come to that which ye have translated, which ye have retained. This is chapter 10, or section 10 of the Doctrine and Covenants, 1829, not 8. Translate the plates of Nephi, which you have translated and retained, publish it as the record of Nephi. Thus I'll confine those who have altered my words. I will not suffer that they shall destroy my work. So yeah, it's amazing that Martin Harris still hands over the money from the sale of his farm, despite Joseph Smith putting this in here. He knows it's him. So yeah, that's very interesting. So then we get the first book of Nephi, and it has the same thing, an account of Lehi and his wife Sariah and his 4 sons being called, beginning at the eldest, Laman, Lemuel, Sam, and Nephi. I, Nephi, having been born of goodly parents, therefore I was taught somewhat after in all the learning of my father, and having seen many afflictions in the course of my days, nevertheless, having been highly favored of Jesus, the Lord, in all my days, Ye haven't had a great knowledge of the goodness and the mysteries of God, therefore I make a record of my proceedings in my days, yea, I make a record in the language of my father, which consists of the learning of the Jews. There it is. Yep. And we go down to verse 8. Turned to his own house at Jerusalem. He cast himself upon his bed, being overcome with the Spirit, and the things which he had seen, and being thus overcome with the Spirit, he was carried away in a vision. So it's not literal history. He saw the heavens open, sees a sign in the heavens, thought he saw God sitting upon his throne. Revelation chapter 12, verse 5, which was moved to verse 3 as part of the sign in the heavens of 1 and 2 in the Book of Mormon, as we're going to get to here, and as well as in the Joseph Smith revision of the King James Version. Saw one descending out of the midst of heaven. Because, again, it's still the vision of the sign in heaven. Why would you now turn this into real prophecy of literalness? And beheld that his luster was above that of the sun at noonday. Now, what is the language of the Egyptians again? This would be the sun god Amun-El, Emmanuel of the Egyptians. And then 12 others following him, gave him a book, carried away captive into Salt Lake City, Utah. No, it's Babylon, the code word for Salt Lake City, Utah. The Great and Abominable Church. Section 1, verse 16. And so, yeah, you need to actually... I've been meaning to do this and have not done it, but I can do it with my program because I can have it set up to remove the footnotes, but have them side by side. And I'm not sure how well it will work if I have to do page by page, but regardless. If you were to actually do some research on this, you'd see the many changes that Gerald and Sandra Tanner have already pointed out to us. So, 6 minutes for the other one. That's being uploaded. And so, let's, on behalf of ordained women, Kate Kelly, have you even bothered to look this up? Or you just assume that you know what you're doing, you're going to fight your own battles, you're not going to get help from somebody who knows. So 17 March 1842, Joseph Smith Papers, already in the link. And so Minutes and Discourses. This is interesting, and what might be in this? Scroll down, view entire transcript. Present, President Joseph Smith, John Taylor, Willard Richards. And so, yes, the enemy was there in attendance and knew, and yet, Emma Smith and others. And we scroll down. President Smith and elders Taylor and Richards returned, and the meeting was addressed by President Smith to illustrate the object of the society, that the Society of Sisters might provoke the brethren to do good works. Really? That's what they were for, huh? To tell men how to live their lives and how women should govern men's bodies. Is that what it was all about? And, oh, here we go. Let this presidency serve as a constitution. This is Joseph Smith speaking. President Smith further remarked, all their decisions be considered law and acted upon as such. If any officers are wanted to carry out the designs of this institution, let them be appointed and set apart as deacons, teachers, etc. are among us. So I know women listening get it. Men might be a little slow to get it, as they'll need women to tell them how to think. But it means that women were not only given Melchizedek priesthood authority, they were also told that if they wanted, they could have offices, even of the Aaronic priesthood. And so, right there, that slams the church, destroys Oakes. Let's find Oakes, as he's now cowering. Travis, ooh, you're nothing but a troublemaker. It was God's will. No, it wasn't. That's the whole point, Oakes. You lied to Mormons, specifically to enslave Mormon women. And you think you can get away with it, huh? As you're going to be the successor to Nelson, as the president of the church? Are you catching on, women? So in 2014, when he was just an apostle, they, referring to women, are not free to alter the divinely decreed pattern that only men will hold offices in the priesthood. I just read to you from the founding prophet Joseph Smith, of whom this church claims is the founder, that women were not only given the priesthood, but priesthood office, if they so chose. And if Joseph Smith is the prophet of God, therefore he divinely decreed the pattern for women. Did you see how Oakes lied? I wonder what else he's lied about. Wonder what else the church is lying to us about. Okay, so we've got 2 minutes left for processing now. And so we'll type it in. 19 July 1840 B. Joseph Smith Papers full transcript. Alrighty, so obviously I'm doing the highlights for you, but the whole Doctrine and Covenants, I've also done videos of, and additions to the real church history I've done videos of, and video series from the Joseph Smith history, the corrections that need to be made there, etc., etc., etc. Yep. And so, yeah, the temple in Zion, redemption of Zion, not in Utah. As Nelson almost got away with it. Almost. But he missed it. By that much. Because a certain person was on to him. put out the warning voice. So it's at 95%. So it's just a matter of waiting 5 hours for it to finally process and begin the checking. Stay back, Jewish man-child. You've been replaced. Alrighty. So now we got that done. And then we load it up to show that again. Yeah, they were behaving now after last night's threat. You know, if they make a mistake in their reprogramming, they just say, oops, our bad, we'll fix it immediately for you. Because you're the customer and the customer knows best. Nope. They retaliated. And tampered with my internet service. Because they're the one true church. And so then the enemy comes as a thief in the night. And the Constitution is upon the brink of ruin. This people will be the staff upon which they will try to overthrow America. That's what it did. They've proven Joseph Smith wrong, guys. Good job. You've nullified the prophecy. It ended up being me, all by myself, to save America and the Constitution. And so, yeah, there's this. But before this time, the time shall be when these who are now my friends shall become my enemies, and they shall seek to take away my life. And there are those now before me who will more furiously pursue me and more diligently seek my life and be more bloodthirsty upon my track than ever were the Missouri robbers. Mormons? Want to murder Joseph Smith? But I thought it was those guys who went to trial and were acquitted. You say among yourselves, as did them of old, from Mark, chapter 14, concerning the Last Supper. Is it I? And is it I? Yep, so Mormons are going to pay the Judas ransom money to murder Joseph Smith. The betrayal money. How did he know? Is this why Brigham Young didn't publish it in his Doctrine and Covenants after Joseph Smith was assassinated by John Taylor and Willard Richards? It's actually Willard Richards. John Taylor had assassinated Hiram Smith. And then Joseph shot him 3 times. Shot 3 times, one inside of his watch. 'Cause they're evil, like the man possessed by the devil coughing up a fit. And so, now check scriptures. So, Doctrine and Covenants, section 116, Joseph Smith Papers. Don't want historical background. They don't have it listed here. So, hold on. Okay, found it. They really don't want you to know about section 116. They have no records for the scripture. You have to go to the journals to find the original document. to know that it is a fraud, because you will see, as I've done otherwise for you, and as I've obtained the picture showing the evidence, it's the journal, March through September 1838. Yeah, the year the Danites couped the church with their election fraud. And what you have is the journal entry had been scribbled out, and it's old and faded. And then all of a sudden, you see at the very bottom, which is talking about what leads into 116, is a brand new pen that clearly used this book to take over where it was left off. And it's of a different scribe, a different handwriting style. And so it's clear that they went back, because Joseph Smith was locked up in Liberty Jail. And this clearly shows that this journal ended. And somebody went back and tried to claim that Joseph Smith had done stuff that he didn't do. But also for section 131, Doctrine and Covenants, section 131, Joseph Smith papers. Yeah, they're not, this is not helpful, guys. Yeah, they don't want you to do what I used to do anymore. But I should be able to find it in the original Doctrine and Covenants of 1835. 1835 Doctrine and Covenants, Joseph Smith papers. So, yeah, it would be a matter of knowing which sections were which in the original here, because 131 was not 131 in the original. And so, let's see if we can find what changes were sections in the Doctrine and Covenants from the 1835 version. I should be able to look it up in my the Doctrine and Covenants has changed. The story. Corresponding section numbers. I need a chart. I don't need paragraphs. Seriously? Okay. 13. So which one's our version? 2013 is both 1981 and 2013. Okay. And scroll all the way down to 131. It wasn't. Yeah, that's what it's saying. It wasn't included in prior versions because it was. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So. Because he's talking to a monogamous couple, saying that they're going to be exalted, but it's gone. And what happened? What's going on? And more prophecy. Okay, so it looks like it might be in the first 1 through 4. But seriously, and to the Spanish version. So 16, 17 May. Okay, your entire transcript. Alright. 16 May 1843, as reported by William Clayton. I put his hand upon my knee and says, "Your life is hid with Christ in God, and so is many others," addressing Benjamin F. Johnson. Wow. See, bombshells, guys. Most of you probably don't remember the Benjamin F. Johnson bombshell. Mr. Adamon Diamond. He said, "Nothing but the unpardonable sin can prevent me from inheriting celestial glory, for he is sealed up by the power of the priesthood, except the man and his wife enter into the everlasting covenant of marriage for eternity while he's in this probation by the power and authority of the holy priesthood. They will cease to increase when they die, and they will have their children in resurrection." See, man and his wife, singular, was removed, wasn't it? Who removed it? Oh, Brigham Young removed it? Why would Brigham Young remove it? Because Benjamin F. Johnson is a Danite? Yeah. So, yeah. This is what's missing. And what did Brigham Young put in its place? Section 132. So you see why he had to remove this from Section 131. So, yeah, this is lots of stuff. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of stuff. But, did I have this? I didn't have it on the screen because and so, yeah, it's... You didn't rush to put a thumbs down? Like you did with the other one? It's just... He just can't stop being a hater. So, there you have it. Bombshells, guys. Ex-Mormons, what are you thinking? Why are you perpetuating the same lies when you can have new stuff for your audiences? Because YouTube's not stopping you guys from spreading the word. You guys got hundreds of thousands of viewers and subscribers. So why? Is it because it's me? Would you rather you had found it? Well, because Travis pointed it out to us, I'm not going to do it. This is sick and wrong, guys. Sick and wrong. But yeah, bombshells. If you're going to pass them up, you are only yourself to blame.